Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to another day in our daily practice of yoga. For those following along at home, we are on day 65 today as we bring our hands to our heart center and set an intention for the day. Sitting nice and tall, closing down the eyes. Just pausing for a moment and then taking a big deep breath in. And as we exhale, placing both hands on the mat, dropping our left ear to our left shoulder, walking our right fingertips away from the body to get an even deeper stretch, and then gently releasing back to the middle, over to the other side, walking our left hand away from the body this time, pausing, back to the middle, dropping our chin to our chest now, as we stretch the back of our neck, maintaining integrity through the spine, back to the middle, and then dropping our head back as we stretch through the throat, pausing, back to the middle. And do that sequence again, so dropping left ear to left shoulder, walking the right hand away from the body, to the middle, to the right side, walking the left hand away, back to the middle, moving the head down, taking our gaze down past our chest, back to center, and then dropping the head back, letting it hang heavy, back to center. Interlacing the fingers, turning them inside out as we take our arms straight in front, stretching the fingers here and then turning them the other way so the palms of the hand are facing the face. Arms are still out straight, feeling a stretch through the back of the shoulders, through the scapulars, and then raising our arms above our head, pausing and then bringing the hands down by our side as we press into the right hand, bringing the left arm up and over, getting a side bend here, and then planting the left hand on the mat, right hand coming up and overhead, getting a side stretch through the right hand side of the body, changing sides, left arm up and over, over to the left side, and then back to center. Placing opposite hand on opposite knee now, we're just going to do a upper body twist. So pulling on the left knee, and now the other side, we're going to pull back on the right knee. And then back to center. Coming into butterfly pose, soles of the feet are together, interlacing the fingers around the feet and dropping the knees away from the shoulders towards the earth, sitting nice and tall. You can close down the eyes if you like. And we're just going to turn to the side of our mat now, folding our left heel in towards our pelvis. Our right leg is folded beside our body. You can come onto your forearms here, or you can place your hands on the small of your back, on your lower back, and drop the head back. Or if you want an even deeper stretch, you can gently and slowly come down onto your back to get an even deeper stretch through the thigh of the right leg. And just pausing for a moment, trying not to tense the body here. Just every breath, just releasing and surrendering. Feeling your body melt into the mat. And then gently coming back up onto the forearms. And then pushing back up onto the hands. We're going to grab the right foot now. If you can get it on your elbow, great. Otherwise, just grab it with your hand, and you can take the leg a little bit further back if you want a deeper stretch, and then taking the left arm up high towards the sky. And then gently releasing that foot back down onto the earth. We're going to change over to the other side, so tucking the right foot into the pelvis, bending the right leg beside the body, and then sitting tall, and then gently coming down onto the forearms. Staying here if that's comfortable for you, or maybe you want to put a little back bend in it, so taking the hands on the lumbar part of the spine and taking the chest and opening it up towards the sky, dropping the head back, or coming down onto your back gently if your body allows. And feeling the stretch through the left side of the leg now. Just breathing deeply into any tightness, and just relaxing into this pose. Gently coming back up onto the forearms, and then pushing back up onto the hands when you're ready. Grabbing the foot of the left leg now. This side was so much tighter for me. And you can see I struggled to get my leg where it needed to be. Right arm up towards the sky now. You might feel a stretch in the lumbar part of your back here as well as the legs. And then gently releasing. Coming back to the side of your mat now. We're going to tuck the right foot into the pelvis, left leg goes long, sitting tall. This might be enough of a stretch for you right here, but if you want to go a little bit deeper, we're going to reach for our toes on the exhale. If you can't grab your toes, just reach your shin or wherever you can touch on your leg is fine. And then bring in the other hand over the top. So right hand coming over the left. Breathing deeply. And just trying to get a little bit further each time if you can. And then coming back to seated position, we're going to change the legs over. Left leg tucks into the pelvis, sitting tall. Flexing the foot back towards the body. And then on the exhale, if you want to come down and grab your shin or your toes. And then bring in the left hand over the right. And dropping the head between the arms. Again, breathing deeply here. And then releasing, sitting tall. Coming over into tabletop position, we're going to go straight into child's pose. So taking the knees as wide as the mat. Our sit bones come down onto our heels. If you can't reach, just pop a little cushion between your bottom and your heels. And then our arms go out long in front. Resting on the mat and melting our forehead down onto the mat as well. Coming over to the left side, right hand goes over the left hand. 3 breaths here. Then back to center. We're going to do 2 breaths in the middle, filling up that rib cage with air, and then moving over to the right side, 3 breaths, left hand coming over the top of the right. And then back to the middle, pausing for a moment. And then gently pushing up through the hands. We're just going to take the chest and the stomach towards the floor now to get this beautiful curve through the thoracic. And then taking the forearms onto the mat in puppy dog pose, dropping our forehead gently to the floor. Our legs are still spread wide and our toes are touching. So a bit of a alternate puppy dog pose here. And just breathing deeply. Pressing back up, and then we're going to take our right arm underneath the left side of our body. Left arm is long. We want to bring our head past our armpit if we can. So we get this beautiful upper body twist. Stretching the arms, shoulders, the back. And then unraveling as we push up with our left hand. Going over to the other side, so right arm goes long, left arm comes underneath the body. I'm just trying to get our head past our arm. Maybe walking the right hand out a little bit further. And then pushing up through the right hand. Taking the right leg long now and then bringing it up and over the left. And then pushing the heel of the right foot away from the body. Keeping the shoulders straight onto the top of the mat. And we should feel this beautiful stretch through the glute. Continuing our deep breathing. Bringing that knee back to the mat now. Taking the left leg long. Bringing it up and over the right. As we push the left heel away from the body. And keeping the upper body square on to the top of the mat. And then coming back into tabletop position. Tucking the toes, downward facing dog. Pushing the heels towards the ground. Hips are high. Our core is engaged. Pushing the shoulders away from the ears. And then spreading our fingertips wide on the mat. Coming into dolphin pose as we come down onto our forearms. Keeping the hips high. Finding some stillness. And then pushing up through the hands, coming over to a side plank now, so planting down through the right hand. Both feet are touching, both legs are straight. Holding the hips high. Left arm is stretched towards the sky. And then coming onto our back, onto our heels. Holding the body high off the mat. Fingertips are facing the feet. And we're embracing the core and the glutes here. So we maintain this beautiful straight line from our head to our toes. And then planting down through the left hand this time, we're going to come over to the left side plank. Right arm is going to go long, high towards the sky. Fingertips are spread wide. Making sure you're not holding your breath here as we come over to a high plank. Holding and embracing. Pushing back into downward facing dog. High plank, and then right hand is going to touch the left leg. High plank, left hand to right leg. Just going to roll through this 3 times. 1 more each side. Continuing to breathe with each transition. And then folding our left leg up and under the body, coming into pigeon pose. Staying up on our hands, right leg is long, toes are untucked. Taking our arms high above our head. And then the right hand is going to grab the right foot as we get this beautiful stretch, not only through our legs but also through our back and our arms. And then we're going to grab that foot with the left hand and do an upper body twist as we plant down through the right hand on the mat. Gently releasing the foot and then coming down onto the forearms. If that's a big enough stretch for you, that's fine. Otherwise, feel free to gently rest the forehead onto the forearms for a deeper stretch through the hips and the glutes. Feeling the lungs expand. Tucking the toes, downward facing dog. High plank, and then alternating arm to leg. High plank. 3 times each side. Left hand to right leg, right hand to left leg. Tucking the right leg up and under the body now. Left leg goes long. Toes are untucked. Big deep breath in as we raise our arms above our head. Holding. And then grabbing the left foot with the left hand. Raising our right hand high. And then grabbing the foot with the right hand and planting down through the left as we do an upper body twist, opening our chest towards the ceiling. Dropping the foot back down to the mat and then coming down onto the forearms. Resting here or coming down to gently rest your forehead on your arms. And then gently pressing up through the hands. Downward facing dog. And dropping to our knees, bringing our legs together as we come into a closed-legged child's pose. Arms are gently resting by our side. Hands are resting on our feet, and our forehead is melting into the mat in front as we allow our nervous system to relax. And feeling the air enter your body, filling up that space, and then gently coming into a seated position. We're going to cross the feet here and just rock onto our back and then our bottom. You might want to go hands free, or you can grab each foot and use that as momentum. Giving your spine a massage here, and then gently coming down. Feet are shoulder width apart now. We're going to come into bridge pose as we push through the feet, taking our hips high towards the sky. Coming up onto the shoulders and then gently rolling vertebrae by vertebrae back to the mat. Pausing and then lifting those hips again as we squeeze the glutes underneath. And then gently coming back from the shoulders to the thoracic, to the lumbar, to the bottom. One more time, raising the hips high. Holding, pausing, breathing. And then gently bringing the back to the mat. Hugging the knees into the chest now, maybe giving each knee a little kiss, a kiss of gratitude if you like, for everything they do for us throughout the day. And then gently planting each foot back onto the mat. Coming into an inversion pose now, taking the legs high, elbows supporting the weight of our lower body as we bring our legs down over our head. Knees are hugging either side of our ears. And I finally got my knees on the mat. You can interlace the fingers here, pulling the shoulders away from the head, just for a bit more of a stretch through the arms. Continuing to breathe as deep as you can in this pose. And then gently coming out, using our hands to support our legs, our bottom and our back. And then gently bending the knees, making sure you don't knee yourself in the face as we gently bring our bottom back to the mat. Taking the feet wide and letting the knees fall to the middle. Just resting for a moment, letting your body settle. And then making any last fidgeting moves before coming into our final resting place, Savasana. Feet are falling heavy to the side. And we're just feeling our body melt and becoming connected to source energy through our mat as we deepen our state of relaxation. And maybe just bringing awareness to any sounds that you're hearing, whether they're inside your home, maybe outside on the street, and just coming from a place of curiosity and childlike wonder at what these sounds might be. Maybe you're hearing some cars. Maybe you're hearing children playing. Maybe you're hearing birds chirping or dogs barking. Just bring your attention to it. And then gently release the sounds as you get even more relaxed. And then letting go of any low vibrational feelings right now. Any guilt, worry, fear, shame, hurt, depression. Just surrendering and letting go of all those feelings. If you feel like you have any of those right now, any tension or stress, it's no longer serving you, especially on your mat. And as we start to breathe a little bit deeper, let's start bringing in some of the higher vibrational energies and feelings of calmness, peace, joy, bliss, positivity, openness. As we start to bring some movement back into the body now, maybe stretching the body, stretching the hands, the arms, and then when you're ready, rolling over to one side. And then pushing up into the seated position. Sitting nice and tall. And then taking a big deep breath in as we raise our arms above our head, bringing our hands to our third eye. May we have kind and loving thoughts today as we lower them to our lips. May we speak kind and loving words today as we lower them to our heart. May we have kind and loving intentions today. Thank you for joining me on the mat today. Have a magical day. Namaste.